Righto fellas, this is another backyard special. This is a long-term review of my 2013 Husaberg T250. What a bike, love it. A lot of things that have been covered in previous examples. Probably when I hit 150 hours, now I'm a lot slower than most people with racking up the hours on the bikes. I racked up 150 hours last year, so put new piston and rings in it, and just made sure everything was all tickety-boo. Things have held up well. I replaced the stock pipe with a Ballard's stainless steel off-road pipe. These things are monsters. If you look up ballards.com.au, you'll see some great videos. Bit more power all round than the stock bike, and it's built like a tank. It's heavier than the stock pipe, but it is built, I wouldn't say indestructible, but you never know. But it is built to last, that's for sure. Same thing with my KTM 500 and things that I have learned about here. The rear brake extension, again, same deal. Just I've boiled the brake fluid front and rear on a hot day in the bush. It's not pleasant. Things that have lasted, again, same deal, again, pretty much the same units that I have on my KTM 500. I've had these on the Husaberg for a long time. Like I say, I've had this Husaberg since 2014, so a lot of these things have been tried and tested for the long haul. Enduro Engineering. If you put one of these in with the spark arrestor, make sure you clean the spark arrestor out properly. Very embarrassing. I've turned up at a trail ride one time and it wouldn't go. Couldn't get it going. Turned up at another trail ride, thought I had it sorted. It wouldn't go, which was an extreme waste of money and time. Found out that I just clogged the screen, the filter screen. Yeah. What stood the test of time? Well, you can see the graphics. The graphics have definitely stood the test of time again. Fantastic. These high wear areas, the P3 from Slavens, I mean, they take a hammering. What do you expect? We ride in the mud a lot, so you know, it is what it is. The tubeless, again, for what we ride. Having the ability to drop the tire pressure to pretty much zero to get traction when things are really nasty. Fantastic, absolutely brilliant. Huge fan of the tubeless. I had mooses before that. I just, again, for what we do, you don't have the you just don't have the leeway one way or another. You know, the moose, it's at the pressure that it is, and that's it. And if it's too high or too low, too bad, because you're stuck with it. Whereas the tubeless, you can adjust and it will go right down. Did the XRC mod to the bushes, the bronze bushes, made a huge difference. So much easier to start now. It's fantastic. The other day we were in the forest, and thank you again to Orton and Chris for helping me out. I am unfit, and I have the lung capacity of a 74-year-old, so I'm not doing too well at the moment. But they were happy enough to cruise around and tailor the riding to my ability. One thing I found at the end of the ride was that things were going really bad. I was washing out, I was doing all sorts of nasty things. When I came back and took the steering damper off, I found that because I'd hit something, the ground actually, I'd actually cracked the nut under there and it was loose, and so the steering damper wasn't working, and straight away you notice a huge difference. So yeah, that was interesting. So if you have something really weird happening to your front end and you're not too sure, when you get back, take it right down and just retorque everything, just check everything. I took the opportunity to re-grease the steering head bearings. Just do the basics. You might be surprised and a little embarrassed, as I often are. Here is the E-line carbon fibre guards, which I've had for a long time. Just put new Flow WP graphics on from Slavens Racing. Yep, Jeff's certainly got it sewn up in that area. One thing that I will be adding to the KTM again is this bad boy here. Again, you take a look at the hits. We ride in a lot of rocky areas, and you see all the factory bikes at Romaniacs and that. They've all got these things on there. It's just a easy guarantee, or if you hit the rock in the wrong place and it derails the chain, smashes that off, you're stuffed. One thing that's been quite unusual is that I have gone through, this is my third front disc in about 170 hours. All you can say is that the second disc, which I bought from Britain, lasted very, very little time. So this time I've got a Moto Master disc and pads, and it's it's good. It's the berries, and hopefully it'll last a wee bit longer than the last one did. So again, this has done about 170 hours. Keep on top of the maintenance. Always make sure that you just, a friend of mine, he wasn't checking the rear wheel bearings. He's chopped out the hub, and it's a hassle now. Doesn't take much to put a $20 set of bearings in, as opposed to scratching around trying to find a new hub. So look after these beasties. This thing is great in the forestry. The 4CS forks, a lot of stuff on the internet which says they're crap. Now, I never felt that they were crap in the hard slow stuff. I thought they were quite good, but we ended up getting them revalved from FCR, Full Force Racing Components in Australia, and we put them back in exactly as they said, and to be fair, it wasn't for us. They were way too stiff. Me and a friend did the same at the same time. They were way too stiff, and I pretty much just put up with them. And then I was reading something else about the 4CS, a year or two later, which said that you have to keep the air chamber height. So that's with the forks fully compressed, the springs out from the top of your fork tubes to the oil should be 110 mils, no more, no less. So I did that, and wow, what a difference. The forks are fantastic. They really are. Again, probably on the high speed stuff, but I don't often ride high speed stuff, so it kind of doesn't really matter. And I can always click up the compression and rebound a wee bit. So there we go, another long-term review. Hope you enjoy it, and we'll see you on the trail.